I'm Henny, and I'm going to run Doom 2016 for you, and with me I have Harriet.
Hello.
And yeah, some of you might have seen me run this 2 years ago at ESA. I think the record at that time was like 37, 38, might be a bit higher or lower, but a lot of things have changed since then. The route has gotten like much more spectacular. Basically, we don't really have any of the fights anymore that we used to do, but yeah, we got some cool new tech that we're gonna try to explain during the run, and yeah, I think we can just start. We're playing this on easy difficulty, obviously, because we take less damage and monsters don't really damage us as much as well. And let's go. Time starts as soon as we move. Do we have a button here? All right, perfect. Like once I fire the first shot, basically it starts.
They are rage.
So yeah, Doom 2016 reimagining of the classic Doom games, pretty well acclaimed by critics. It's still a bit different, obviously, like some modern mechanics and so on, but I think it captures the spirit of the original games pretty well.
Can't wait for Eternal.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's really hyped for that. It's like Doom 2016 is a great casual game and also a great speedrun. Both are like really different from each other. But yeah, but first things first, we gotta shoot 3 zombies here, nothing spectacular. And I'm shooting now, continuing to shoot to not get a reload animation here, which would waste about 5 seconds or so. So this is Olivia, like one of the antagonists. We won't really see her anymore.
We have to continue.
But yeah, normally you're supposed to grab a suit there. We won't do that. It's a skip that was only recently found with a new tech called paper clipping. Harriet can explain it in a bit probably after this.
Can try to.
Okay, so I'm aligning myself here and just pressing forward, and we're casually walking into the wall. It's, yeah, just Doom things, don't worry.
So, Doom guy can just become like an office, like supply. Just go through the wall.
Okay, this part is a bit finicky. Like we gotta jump up here. Come on.
I believe.
Alright, we are up here, which is good. Now we're out of bounds, skipping the suit. Come on. I think I'm able to save this.
I love that we're actually able to skip the suit now as well.
Yeah.
I'm saying we, but I don't play this game.
But yeah, that skip like was one we looked for a really long time. So glad we finally were able to find it using paper clipping. Sure.
Kiara Death donated $5. Almost missed Doom, but good that I'm on time. Good luck, heny. Don't lose your hair over rail boosts.
I will try. Ooh. Okay, I fell inbound. That's no big deal. Normally I would have continued out of bounds there, but there's well, this is another opportunity to show off paper clipping again. Turns out, like if there's a corner and you walk into the corner, like if you wiggle into it, you can basically just get out of bounds like that. It's don't ask why it works, but it just works. It's Doom. And yeah, now we're just gonna get up here, and this is like a backup in case you fail the out of bounds route.
So it's like jumping in the wall now.
Yeah,
like
okay.
Up the
I
wall.
accidentally got into the corner. That's not so good. Might have to do that again. Yeah, unfortunately, this is kinda
It's okay. We can
it's alright.
do
Oh
more
my
paper jokes. It's okay.
Shooting not so well. Alright, you can try to show off the out of bounds route again now.
You can also shout out some Doom people, or
Yeah, sure.
it's a lot of cool people.
Like most importantly, Seeker, I'd say, who like really found a lot of new tricks and improved strats, and he's like one of the most active players, also the world record holder. There's Meta, like who is somewhat new to the scene, but like he's a really great player, also great strat and glitch hunter. I'm gonna shout out more later, like Crocodile, Creeper Hunter, obviously.
Yeah.
Let's do this again.
Hard to name everyone as well, so many people have played the game.
Ooh. This is like the one really, I shouldn't say that right now, but for me personally, the hardest new thing. Normally you would reset here, obviously that's not possible.
I mean, we are resetting, it's fine.
Just reset the timer every time, right?
Timer
but
doesn't matter.
there used to be like another big out-of-bounds skip in Foundry called Foundry Skip, fittingly, and that used to be like the hardest part of the run. Now it's this. It isn't as bad as Foundry Skip, but it's still somewhat finicky. Like a lot of the out-of-bounds in this game is if you fall down somewhere because of the checkpoint system, you have to reload. And yeah, you sometimes lose like a minute or so.
Could you imagine if this game had saves?
Yeah.
I cannot. It would be the perfect game. Then again, it would be a lot more easy.
Sure.
Yeah, if you're not used to these kinds of like unloading and inloading textures, that's just the signs of a well-optimized games most of the time. So the game only tries to like take the things it needs. But when you're where you're not supposed to be, it's kind of hard. So sometimes there will be just like white screens or.
Okay, lining myself up again, and now we're jumping a little bit higher for safety reasons. Yeah, I should be jumping up, yeah. Come on.
He's trying to get to the elevator that goes up to the surface of Mars.
Alright.
We'll get it. We'll get there. We'll get there. No worries. No worries.
Luckily we're ahead of schedule, so we can show off some things that can go wrong.
Better ahead than behind.
I think technically speaking this isn't exactly a paperclip because you're not really wiggling, it's like you're lining yourself up here, but it's kind of similar mechanic, and this was only found after paperclips were found, so
yeah.
It's,
I remember when I saw the clip of the paper clipping first, like a month ago or something now, a bit more, but I was like busy doing other stuff, but I still like reinstalled the game and like spent like a good few hours just slamming myself into corners. Yeah. Only found one like not relevant thing, but it's very fun when new stuff gets found and like just throw yourself in and see if you can improve on it. Doom is like an insane game for that, though. There's always something super cool on you. This time it's fine. You'll
third time's the charm.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Just need a certain amount of height. Not sure why it's like so problematic here. Alright, we made it in there. It took way too long. So now this is another really cool thing. We can press buttons through walls, basically. The lineups are really finicky and almost pixel perfect, but it's so useful. Like normally you would be supposed to do the fight in the previous area, but this way we can just activate this elevator from the other side, and yeah, it just takes us to the level exit. And we're gonna see that a couple more times in the other missions. But yeah, enjoy the music. Hopefully you can hear it quite all. Doom has an insanely good soundtrack, and I'm really looking forward to Eternal, like having similarly good music.
Probably some good glitches as well.
Yeah, hopefully. Alright, so we got a pistol. Another glitch coming up. We first just need the crosshair. We're gonna line ourselves up here. There's a rock. We're jumping into the rock. This is not a perfect boost. It should be fine though. This is what we call rail boosting. I hope I don't fall out of bounds, not in the void here. Should be fine though.
Yeah.
Normally you're supposed to take the rail boost all the way up there. It's FPS dependent though. Rail boosting is a tech that works because whenever you climb an object, the game kind of pushes you upwards a little bit to prevent you from getting stuck. And because like when the Vulkan API was released for this game, or the like possibility to switch to Vulkan, players were able to get like more than 200 and not more, but more than like 130 FPS-ish, and some casual players even like found by accident rail boosts by just jumping against rails or other climbable surfaces. Yeah. And yeah, then we tried to figure out setups for that to make it consistent, and now we're here, skipping everything, just letting Doomguy fly over the maps.
Yeah. Another super cool thing to do in this game, just jump at ledges and see if you fly.
Yeah.
And then you get like, oh wow, that's super cool, but you don't actually.
After running diagnostics
Also, crouching in this corner. Very good.
Optional challenges.
I mean, it's sort of like a joke. It's like sometimes you say like, oh, well optimized game as a joke, but there's like opposite because it's actually a well optimized game.
It's true. Alright, so this is Resops. There's coming up a Glory Kill skip. I guess we can explain that after this, because I kind of need to focus a little bit for this. Gonna just not look to the right there to not spawn some imps. And line myself up here. Now there's a zombie. I'm taking him to me. That was too early. Like, Glory Kill skips are another method of clipping through walls. The thing is, you need a certain Glory Kill animation, which you only get like if you are standing with the right angle, like the right position next to the zombie, with the right timing and everything. So it's a couple of factors that come into play here, and like Glory Kill skips are one of the most difficult things to generally get a grasp of for new runners. They are not that bad though. With a bit of practice, obviously I shouldn't have jumped down there, but yeah.
Like compared to other games where you need to do something in like 1 frame or less, then it's not that bad. But
it's not that bad, no. You have like at least a couple of frames or something. Like it's a decently enough timing window to get things consistent with enough practice, and you can use some timing methods. Like I tap my keys.
Still doesn't make it easy though. Like it's
Come on. Practice was going too well today, so.
you gotta give the people at home the realistic.
The reset.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too early. Okay, let's do it next try. So yeah, I'm looking, as I said, a little bit to the left here, because if you look too far to the right, it spawns those imps. It's no too big deal, but it's kind of annoying, so we just avoid that. Sure.
Kiara Death donated $5. I didn't mean to jinx you, heny. Love you. Javiardi too, sometimes.
What a guy.
Main power offline. All entrances not operational.
Okay, I'm gonna just focus for this now. Come on.
It's okay, we're getting all the horrible stuff out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually like that, that the start of the run is pretty reset heavy. If you really go fast, obviously we're not going as fast as in real runs here right now, but yeah. It's a lot of resets in this game at the start.
I don't know, this looks like real runs to me, you know? There we go. Yes, okay. It's not quite done yet though, he has to maneuver the out of bounds, and now
Another
it's
extender grab here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we explained that concept.
Entrances not operational.
well, grabbing things from far away by zoom stuff.
fell inbounds.
I actually haven't seen falling inbounds there.
Kind of tragic.
Well, we'll get there though.
All entrances now operational.
Yeah, it was kind of funny how I almost missed being here on the couch.
We
Yeah,
are so
we're-
far ahead of schedule.
Just sitting, chilling out in the board game room, and then Mumrick runs in and is like, "Hello, what are you doing?"
This might not get me through. This is like you sometimes get stuck being like really close to,
Between two walls.
yeah, and then you can't get out.
Still time to complete the run, though.
All entrances now
It's possible.
Just gotta believe.
I believe.
Seeker, talked about him earlier, the world record holder. He's like insanely consistent with everything. He's like so good at all the games he runs. Big shout out to him again. Like he's also a really good router, as I said. So like without him, this game surely wouldn't have been pushed this far.
He does that with every game he joins, so.
Yeah.
So if you want a fast game, just force Seeker to play it. That's my strat. It's been working out so far.
main power offline. All entrances now operational. Main power offline.
Grab the
All
thing.
entrances now operational.
This is so unfortunate. Like
So what we used to do there is we just jump into the next room, grab the gun normally, and like do another glory kill skip.
All entrances
But from what I remember, that one is like way worse as well.
yeah.
So you really want to skip that one. So that's like one of the things where the game has progressed a lot. So sure, this might seem like a bad skip, but it's way better than what it used to be.
Slightly frustrating.
No, it's all good.
main power offline. All entrances now operational. Main power offline. All entrances now operational.
Yes. So we had to jump around the room there on like very weird boxes. I've done that once. I've wasn't able to do it again. One of the many reasons I cannot play this game. It's too hard for me.
Entrances now operational.
But he was like very near the end there.
Main power offline. All entrances now operational.
Just calm down.
I'll just leave that uncommented.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, sure.
Meta donated $5. Hey heny. GL and Rip and Tear laughing face.
Thank you. Alright, so we're coming to Foundry. Foundry also has a glory kill skip, pretty close to the start. But before we get there, we wanna just here crouch a little bit forward until we hear a door opening. Yeah, should be here. There's two triggers here. If we stand like in the middle of both triggers, not only we're able to like load the checkpoint to skip the door opening animation, but also to not despawn some zombies later after we grab an upgrade in this room over there, which is like useful for getting glory kill skip to the big fight arena. And that glory kill skip combined with the new paper clipping allows us to complete this mission much more safely and much more easily than what it used to be. I'm kind of sad that we can't show that anymore, but it's also like a really hard skip, so...
How can you be sad about that?
I like Foundry skip. It was like fun if you got it. If you didn't get it, it was obviously terrible.
Can't believe this.
Alright, let's go. No, first gotta blow up some barrels there, kill some enemies, and there's a zombie to the right. Gonna line myself here again. Same thing. This might not be close far enough. Like this one is this is a pretty thick wall, so you want to have the timing right.
Very big boy.
It's almost the same as in Res Ops, but with the timing method it should work fine. Luckily we don't have to grab the upgrade again, because when you like load a checkpoint, it still saves all the items you collected, which is really nice. Alright, that worked, nice. Okay, so this is the big arena. We skipped some triggers, so there won't be any enemies around. I'll try to get a little rail boost here. Doesn't really save much time. Alright, nice. And now we're gonna set up a paperclip. For that we first have to get like somewhat high here in this area. So we're just gonna jump here, jump repeatedly again. And here's a corner. So and if we wiggle against it with a bit of precision, we can just get in there.
So stupid, I love it.
Gonna get on this railing here, clip in mounts again, stand up. Climb this. And we're very close to the end of the level. Gonna play it safely here though. Gonna get around the corner. You can kinda YOLO wing this, but I'm not gonna do that. For the sake of not exceeding the estimate by more than 50 minutes.
No, it's not that bad.
We'll see. But yeah, that's Foundry.
We'll see.
So it's really, actually really nice for if you grind this game that you don't have to do the old Foundry skip anymore, which was really hard. Even like top runners lost really a lot of runs to this, so it's a cool thing that we got that now. And this is one of the shortest levels in Doom 2016, at least speedrun-wise. Facility, we're gonna come back to this later when we were on Mars and once when it was like got destroyed. But first, we're just gonna leave this level really quick. So, oops, gonna use some micro missiles here to jump over here. Hopefully, we can grab it. Nope, that's no big deal though. We can just jump
barely
here.
this time, yeah.
And there's some rails here, and you kind of might have an idea of what's coming. So, I'll line myself up here again. Oh, that didn't go far enough. I think I need to reload this. It's another rail boost, as you could have guessed. That one works, though, in a different way. Like, we kind of want to bump into a wall with a certain angle, because then we can propel ourselves in such a way that it takes us right to the exit of the level.
I feel like that's the most fun one, at least for me. That or
yeah,
tower.
Tower is great too. If you don't get like in weird spots like where you can get stuck. Tower is kind of inconsistent, in my opinion, but
I feel like here you just like go at it and then you fly.
Right. Yeah, it didn't work again. Like if you're wondering what happened there, we use a tool like a resource, or not resource, a resolution scaling tool, which kind of evens out the playing field. So people with worse computers can even run this game properly. And if you're setting up a rail boost, you can basically for a second enable 1% resolution scaling, and that allows you to, even with a bad PC, get those rail boosts, which need pretty much 200 FPS in most occasions. Yeah,
The game already has like a resolution scaler, so there we go.
this is a nice one. We're gonna try to land right in the corner. Perfect.
That was pretty good.
Took a few attempts, but it's fine. So yeah, one of the shortest levels if you get it first try. Coming up his tower, it's also pretty short. There's like a certain fight thing at the end, which isn't really a fight because the game just wants you to like fight a little bit, and then it counts down. You can't really win that fight.
Were destroyed in the explosion.
It's basically just waiting time for opening of the portal to Mars. Alright, first here, another rail boost. Just doom things. Alright, gonna grab the high jump boots, which give us a double jump. Waited a little bit there because otherwise, if I reload the checkpoint too early, the game wouldn't have put the item basically in our inventory. Getting up here again like that. It's kind of a setup, like, or a certain angle that you can use to get up here. No, what was that?
Thanks, box. Good meme.
Rip in pieces. Okay, so setup didn't work, but I can do this. So I'm aligning myself here. Ah, come on. And doing another rail boost up here. It works like I need to play the safe. Should be fine. Yeah. Okay. What we want to do here now is get inbounds here and then reload the checkpoint. We want to get this checkpoint. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. To be able to grab a secret weapon here, the Gauss cannon, which is like we can just fall down in that shaft there, and then we reload and go back to the real fight here. So down here, our secret weapon. If you don't get the weapon here in casual play, you are able to get it like in the next level. It's like Doom. Generally, it has weapons in secret places, and you can get them like early, but you don't need to necessarily. Just makes some fights easier.
Ghost cannon is really fast.
Yeah, it's basically for the last part or the next part of the run, it enables us to like move around the maps really quickly because it propels us backwards if we fire.
Yeah, it's
really
so
nice.
Yeah.
You will see in a bit. But first, we got the fight that isn't exactly a fight.
No,
But there
there
used to be like certain different countdowns you could get here, and there used to be a god countdown which only happened with like a really low chance. We were not sure what caused it, but now a setup was found, or a route here, which basically every time gives us the god countdown, saving about, I'd say, like 15 seconds or so, 12 to 15 seconds, I think. You can see now the countdown started. I want to grab like an invulnerability item here and jump down here, otherwise that wouldn't be possible. Gonna fall down here because there's a door down here. There's also like a refill, or I'm not sure how agents sell. Like you can upgrade your ammunition, your health, your ammo basically here, or your shield, I think. And we want to upgrade the ammo a little bit, because that's going to be useful in the rest of the run. And the countdown will now finish, and basically we're going to void out to the Mars level, which is Gear Sanctum.
Also one of the fastest and most fun levels.
It's a really fun level because it's like outdoors, and it's like there are some invisible walls, but luckily we can get on top of them, and that allows us to get to the exit of the map really quickly. I think, like, from what I heard somewhere, different level designers worked on the outdoor levels, and you can kind of notice. So here you see me Gauss boosting, and if you do it right, you can even bunny hop with the right timing. It's like really nice. Also some micro missile boosts here that also propel you forward a little bit. I'm gonna grab a checkpoint here for safety reasons. Another extendo grab here. Let's see how quickly we can get this.
I didn't know about that. That's really cool.
Yeah, what? That worked pretty quickly.
That's so cool.
You can activate stuff from far, as I said. Okay, here. Come on. This is a rather tricky combination Okay, getting here. And doing some more gauss boosts. As you can see how convenient they are
Yeah.
for speed reasons.
Yeah. And
Alright,
that's
and
the
that's
level.
getting near Sanctum. Really a fun level.
Yeah.
Even like some people like to grind ILs for this game. Even we have some leaderboards for those, and it's really fun to grind certain levels like Catting Gear because it's just such a nice flow if you
Yeah.
get all the gauss boosts.
No
quickly.
enemies to
Yeah.
worry about.
All right, we were on Mars. We're back on Earth again, or not on Earth. I think on I don't know. I don't lore of Doom. But we're again like in a facility this time. It's like facility destroyed.
Tower is destroyed. The
We're back from like Demon Man place guy.
Demons we never fought.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are some Cacodemons here which you don't want to hit because they will just make you lose all the momentum in midair, which is kind of annoying. Setting up another rail boost here. I hope this is far enough. I might need to reload. This might be fine. No, I think this is not far enough.
Also, do you still like die if you are in the air too much?
Yeah.
For too long. Like a safety.
The game has like weird combination from what I know of kill planes and also like if you're just too high, have a too high velocity towards the ground, you will die. We can now practice with a trainer that disables those like kill planes and so on, which is really convenient for practicing rail boosts. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make that. Nope, as you can see there, just wanted to demonstrate the kill planes.
Demonstrated.
We're not quite gonna stay underestimate, but
No, it's we're not that far off. It's okay. It is hard the game.
The Argent Tower is destroyed. The portal
Speaking of which,
will
that's
be closed.
for those who don't, I don't run this game. I've done like a run, and that is why, because it's a hard game.
yeah, but he still knows quite a bit about it, like from the technical.
I know a lot of people that play this game, and all of them are cool people. So I'm happy to be considered their friend.
Vega is trying to access.
Right, so we land here.
If you can get to the nearest
Now what we want to do here is not trigger the fight down here. Okay, that worked. And here's a fairly new thing as well, another button press. Oops. Hopefully this will work quickly.
Very, very hard lineup, and then he needs to. Love how it's like angle based as well, so it's not only a pixel. See, it's so small.
It's like
It's
really
insane,
only
yeah.
a tiny pixel that you need to hit, and you even need to have the right like turning angle, as Harold
Yeah.
said. But yeah, that worked out fairly quick, and it saves time, like because the fight is not insanely long, but still you need to wait for the end trigger then and wait for the tram to open. So it's really nice that we can now do that. All these things got gradually found over the years. This game is only 3 years old, roughly, and it was broken pretty quick, but now it's like another dimension of brokenness.
Yeah. It's just so insane to think how small that window to press the button is.
Yeah.
And even still, like, we have most of the button presses we want. There's some missing, I think. That would be nice to have, but
Yeah, right. There are like in Foundry even there's a button that you can press out of bounds, which starts a cutscene, or it doesn't even really do much, but it's kind of funny.
yeah.
All right, so this is Advanced Research Complex. First, we're gonna activate a checkpoint over here. Reload that because this flamethrower dude, I forgot the name. Not sure exactly.
The enemy type. Yeah, big boy.
He's kind of annoying because he kills the zombies, but yeah, we need at least one zombie here. I'm gonna line myself here. These zombies are different, like they only take one hit. This is good. We can also like look to the side and get out here. Nice. Alright, we made it out here. We're out of bounds again, getting on this crane. And there's a checkpoint down here that I want to hit. This mission has gone through a lot of iterations as well, and this is supposedly the fastest way of getting through the mission, because like you need to first grab the BFG gun, The big freaking gun.
That is indeed its name.
And first we're gonna grab some ammo here because we're pretty low on ammo. Invisible platforms. Very convenient. Ah, come on. You can just scale this easily. Like the physics in this game are pretty weird in terms of movement, but they feel kind of floaty, but on the other hand, this game is very well controllable still.
Yeah.
So that's really nice for us. And yeah, we landed in here, grabbed the BFG. I'm gonna use that later. You will see why and how. It is a very good weapon.
It really feels like Doom Guy actually is there because of how like chunky everything feels.
Yeah.
How I would describe it. Even the sound design is like very
Sound design is amazing
like
in this
very
game.
thud.
Alright, another weapon we're gonna grab is the chainsaw. You can just grab it casually through this window.
I love the reasoning for why we want the chainsaw. It's, I mean, we can kill stuff with it, I guess, but
We're not doing that for the
No.
purpose of killing enemies
No.
fast. Alright.
it makes us dance.
Almost done with this mission now. Just gonna land here. And now comes a rather precise. Okay, that was so close. Holy shit. Oh.
I thought you would make it there.
Almost first try. Like this one is, as we mentioned earlier, the kill planes or the velocity check is really interesting, I'd say. And you can barely make it there if you have the right momentum. You kind of need to turn your mouse really quickly and have the right angle. And then you can scale down an elevator, which is the end of the mission. And you're not supposed to like get down there, obviously, because the come on.
There's a fight. Yeah.
There's a fight inbounds, like we never see that. But yeah, that was like one of the old iterations the route went through. But we can now just skip all of that.
There's been a lot of ways to like get to that elevator as well, right? So, and this is just the latest way of doing so.
Alright, let's try that again. I don't know why I died there. Like I touched the thing.
Yeah, it feels like you should have made it. I don't know. At least the re-attempts are not that slow here compared to the other missions.
Yeah,
that have been
true.
hard. Like it could have been worse, but would have been nice because it looked like you got it both times to me. So.
Or I can save this. I can just go over here.
It's very easy to like slide off all of this.
Oh no, I'm for here. So ammo management and health management also plays a big role in this run because, like, obviously you're kind of scarce on certain ammo types. For example, the Gauss cannon, you really want to have the right amount of ammo. So if you don't have the right amount of ammo, you kind of need to improvise. We're gonna get this, no worries.
Yeah.
I might just do safe strats if I can't get it this far.
The remaining levels are really short as well. What happened there?
I have no idea. Well, I hope you guys are still enjoying like the run in terms of a showcase of how broken this game is at least. Maybe not a speed run, but yeah.
To me, they're the same thing, so it's all about having fun and doing what's possible in game, and some's not possible.
Speaking of having fun, if you haven't been at ESA yet and you're kind of interested in speedruns and so on, you should definitely go visit this event. It's amazing. Like, Alright.
Yeah, if there was one thing I could say to people at home, come. Just come to ESA.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth it.
Highlight of the year
Yeah.
every time.
Cannot count how many friends I've tried to force to come here. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't.
All right.
That should.
All right, now we can just scale down here and another button press through the wall, lining myself up and pressing the button like that. Yeah, well, I guess we can just get a bit behind again.
No problem.
Alright, so Lazarus. Lazarus is a mission which is divided basically into two parts. First part is harder than the second one, I'd say, but like there's a boss fight coming up here. Spoilers, which is gonna show another glitch of this game, but you'll see that in a bit. First, we have to ride this elevator. Unfortunately, we haven't found a way out here, or at least not a way that like allows us to progress further in the mission.
Wait, is there one?
I'm pretty sure you can even get well, actually casually getting some ammo here. This is, by the way, what Havert meant earlier. But yeah, you can get out there. It happened to people casually playing this game, but it's kind of weird and it doesn't really like. I think it's enclosed area or something.
I need to know that.
Oops, wrong spot.
Doing people at me?
All right. So here, the zombies have a different kind of AI. Like, they don't behave in the same way. It's only the only place in the game where they behave like this, which makes the glory kill skip or clip a bit different. You kind of need to pay attention. It's not too bad though.
Extremely Omega Brain here.
So we can just do this, and we're out of bounds again. Now we're gonna get in this corner and just do mouse wheel jumps up here. Mouse wheel jumps are actually, or get you higher than normal jumps, because you can jump off the ground again. It's.
I remember when that was fun, and I was like, of course it does.
All right, that was a rail boost. Hopefully I won't die. I died. That's what I meant with the momentum thing. I basically touched this slanted surface there, which propelled me upwards, and then I had too much downwards velocity, or I was too like high in the air there. Should be good. Come on.
It looks so cool when you can do everything super fast like that, and then it's like, oh no, he missed the last thing.
Yeah.
Attention to all Lazarus personnel.
He was not close to, enough to the wall. Like you want the zombies to be like really close to the wall to be able to really clip into it. In some areas it's easier if the walls are thinner. Some it's harder. Here it's actually fairly easy. Like if you just clip barely, it's usually fine.
Guess we never really fully explained the glory kill skipping, but it's parts of it is pretty self-explanatory. But if I can do a metaphor, if you are driving around in a tractor and you only have one door to get out, if you put that door in the wall and get out of the door, then you'll be in the wall. It's kind of what's happening, except it's not a tractor, it's a zombie and it's spinning and it has the borked AI. That's pretty much what's happening.
Actually, like, the nice thing about zombies is that we can clip with them really easily because we can manipulate them really well, like make them follow us around. But we also managed to find another clipping or glory kill clipping with imps. I'm going to showcase that in a bit. It was something we looked for really long and like never were able to manipulate them in a non-random way, kinda, or in a way that they won't move around frantically non-randomly. There's actually one occasion now where it can be used. It's like pretty much same speed as a paper clip. It's like really cool, so I'm gonna show it off. Going up here again. Now I'm lining this up. This is also kind of a rail boost. It works in a slightly different way. Okay, that should be fine. Yeah. All right. Now we start. Yeah, this should still be fine. Where am I?
Don't quite remember where you need to
Oh,
go
I'm
here.
actually fine here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I can still get up here. Like there are some backup strats. Like if you fall down somewhere, you're not supposed to, because we were supposed to get inbounds or slightly inbounds. It's not really inbounds.
Call this inbounds.
Now we're gonna jump over this thing here. I'm gonna play it safe here for the sake of time.
Also, that's funny. Clicking this through the wall.
Yeah, you can. That's actually like a really big trigger compared to the other buttons. You can just press it there casually. It's probably an oversight from the devs. Shoutouts to ID though. Like they're amazing game developers, despite having some glitches in their games maybe. But the games are really fun to play. So here's another thing, lining myself up, taking the chainsaw, and you can see the press E prompt there because the chainsaw actually, like, it moves your character slightly. Now we're here.
That was the other dancing, making the cursor shake.
Okay, and almost done with the level, hopefully. Don't mind the flashing red lights though. Got inbounds there. I think I'm fine though. Should be fine. I think we can do backup strats.
Didn't know this had backup strats. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I remember.
I hope this is the right.
This is the route I learned,
Yeah.
or tried to.
And yeah, this should be fine. We don't have ammo, but that's we don't need ammo anymore. We made it like perfectly calculated. Right, we're gonna drop down here. There's an invisible platform. You can avoid that if you time the double jump right and land in this elevator, which takes us to the first real boss fight of the game, which is Cyber Demon. Some of you might know that boss. And Cyber Demon is a pretty strong guy, so it's a really hard fight. Need to focus for it. Checkpoint here, loading the checkpoint, which kind of saves a bit of time because the animation doesn't play then, or the cutscene rather.
This might be one of my favorite things ever.
Alright, serious time. Come on. Actually, need to reload this. Yeah, you will see what I meant or what I was supposed to do in a second. So we picked up a gun, the big freaking gun, and if we shoot that and open the weapon wheel, the right timing, just the health of this boss gets drained. And that works because it basically does the BFG damage per like frame, I think, or something. Yeah, it just doesn't see that the game is paused, pretty much, and doesn't drain the ammo. Another thing here, I'm gonna attempt something. It might or it might not work. I almost got it. So, like, you can do a fairly hard jump there. Oh, actually, I have to reload now, so we can try it again. You can jump over or onto a hitbox on the back of the Cyber Demon, and then from there over the gate, which is a bit faster, a bit more risky though. Nice. All right, made that. That was a pretty cool skip. I really like that one. All right, we're slowly nearing the end of the game after spending a bit of time in some levels. But yeah, there used to be a couple of fights left in the run, like a year ago or so. For example, in Vega, or I think, what was it? I'm not sure. But there used to be a couple of fights left, and now we basically skip all of them. It's just, this game is the epitome of brokenness in my opinion. And really, I really enjoy it because it's like out of bounds to the max, and personally I'm kind of the out of bounds person.
Same.
Hopefully you can kill all of these here with the BFG shot. No, just pay attention to not die. And grab some health.
Also, this is
pass. This might still kill me. Yeah, alright.
But also, yeah, this is the type of game that not only like casually it might be hard or whatever, but as a speedrun, it's like one of the hardest ones, at least that I know. Based on mirror search or something. For PC at least. There are others, of course. Getting so trolled.
I should approach this differently. Normally, the thing is, I don't have 2 BFG ammo. Normally, you have 2 BFG ammo here. I kind of wasted a shot earlier though, and with 2 BFG ammo, you can kill like all the enemies there. If you don't, you're supposed to use, for example, a rocket launcher, which I don't have because the new Foundry route skips that rocket launcher as well. So this is kind of, I'm just gonna play it safe this time. This. Alright, so yeah, now we're just gonna get out of bounds again. It's kind of a recurring theme in this speedrun. I might actually kill this dude here with a chainsaw to get some ammo. I can just basically gauze up here. And we're out of bounds because this is an outdoor level again.
Yeah.
Right, almost at the end already of this level. Gotta get inbounds again. We can just fall down here and fall in this corner and wiggle ourselves out, and we're done with this level.
Really
Pretty easy level in my opinion.
Really like the next level.
Generally. Yeah, Necropolis, it's basically 3 more levels. Necropolis, Vega, and Argent Nur. Vega is gonna be where I can show an imp glory kill. Which is really...
Yeah, it's really cool when once you know, because he has explained it already, but that how the imps are not supposed to be manipulated like we are doing with the zomboids.
Alright, I picked up a rocket launcher there. That makes some fight, or not fights, but some enemy encounters easier and faster. But we don't, like, the game has been kind of rerouted ammo-wise and so on, and like with a new route, we don't need the rocket launcher anymore necessarily. So here we can get onto this thing, jump out of bounds. Okay, hopefully this works. Nope, I died there. Now the thing is, I need to restart this mission. I can't load the checkpoint because otherwise the ammo refill would have been wasted, would have been gone, and we need that ammo refill for the BFG for a boss fight. It would be slower if we didn't restart the mission here. The game has like certain really weird gauss boosts that you need to get, and that was one of them.
So I remember this level really well because it's one of the levels I spent a lot of time on when I first played the game, like 2-something years ago. Trying to find a way to go to the right, turns out not possible. Okay, worth the time spent, I guess.
Okay, survived that. That was kind of close. Normally you're supposed to land on the top there. If you don't, it's kind of RNG-ish if you make it or not. But yeah, we're gonna drop back inbounds here, get this power up. Haste, I think it was. Yeah. And here is also a fight, but we can just skip this fight by firing a BFG shot up there, which will kill pretty much, or it's supposed to kill all the enemies. Sometimes they spawn late. Also, like if you really need to fight enemies, it's faster to switch weapons. Yeah, exactly. There's like a certain cooldown otherwise.
Nice.
Okay, right.
Ragdoll.
Gonna grab some ammo here. And we're coming up to the second boss fight now, which is like split into 2 parts again. Reload the checkpoint, and if you like watched the first, or if you remember the first boss fight, you might have an idea of what's coming. Yeah, really hard. And now for the second part, there are 2 of these guys, and we need to fight them simultaneously, so that's also gonna be harder than just fighting one, obviously. Can load the checkpoint.
I always think of crabs when I see these guys. They look like crustaceans, which makes me sad. Don't kill them, please.
Sorry, has to be done. We're supposed to die, second guy. No. Took a bit longer. If you, like, the thing is, if you time the damage right, like the damage that you get from the BFG, then you can finish these 2 enemies pretty much instantaneously at the same time. It's just hard to time because they have some kind of regen, and it's a certain like threshold that you can't pass. If you do, they regen immediately, and then you have to fight them a little bit manually. But yeah. Alright. Coming up to the second last level, Vega, which also has one of the coolest rail boosts. Completely forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get it easily.
So really far. We'll see it soon though, after the Imp glory kill.
Right, it's like now 2 cool things in a mission.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Meanwhile, the mission used to be so much worse.
Yeah, right. Really inconsistent in some spots, and hard glory kill. Also, you see me here opening the weapon wheel. Hopefully we'll get this. There's normally a tethering animation at the start playing, and if you time it right, if you open the weapon wheel, it will get delayed like that, and if you time it right, then you can have the tethering animation at the same time than pressing the button. Saves roughly 2 or 3 seconds, I think. Pretty cool thing, little thing. Alright, we're coming up to the Imp clip. First gonna grab some BFG ammo here, then reload a checkpoint that we're getting here, because that sets up the enemies in such a way that we can manipulate them to a certain degree at least, which enables us to do the skip.
Yeah,
Right,
even then it's pretty precise. So.
falling down here, now is RNG. This Imp has 2 animations that he can do, or 2...
Spawned,
yeah. two AI modes. He can either do that animation or like attack us, like that. We want that. Just gonna line ourselves up here. Now wait until he attacks us. Come on, 3 times. Come on. Try this. Like, you wanna get a certain glory kill animation, that's good. Okay, didn't get fully through, but that's fine. We can fix this. Come on. Might need to reload this because of health. You can get through there. If you like get lucky, there's no way like to always get the same the same like outcome there. But if you get lucky, you get pushed through fully, and that saves quite a few seconds because you otherwise need to wiggle through in a certain way with a certain setup. But there's also paperclip you can do at the bottom here. I was not supposed to go to the bottom. Let's just do that again. Alright, sorry for absolutely breaking the estimate, by the way. It's like we spent
it's okay.
20-ish minutes on the second mission. Alright, come on. Give me that animation. Nope.
Game's just being a bit difficult because it knows that it's getting left for Eternal soon. I mean, what? We will love this game forever. I mean, what?
Yeah, I'm curious to see like if new stuff gets found, because at this point, basically, we skip everything in every level, so it would just be small optimizations, I guess. But who knows?
That is a classic sentence, though.
Okay, this looks good. Puts us out of bounds. Now just be careful. Right.
Now it's going to the rail boost spot.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully you can get like a good boost here. Lining myself up again on the floor. Looking at the ceiling. And we got a unfortunately bad boost, so we kind of need to do backup strats and land on the corner.
Yeah,
it's still nice.
Still pretty good. We got that. They would have wanted to land in here.
Right. There's 3 different versions of that boost, which are kind of also RNG, because you can't control like what exact FPS you have at the moment, and even like a 2 FPS difference makes a difference with this boost. So you want to go over the gate, and that saves a bit of time, because otherwise the gate, well, it doesn't need to open.
Getting here at all though skips the entire level, so
it's like a huge section, a maze section and fights and everything. It's Vega is pretty long.
Yeah.
But yeah, this takes us to the last level finally.
Thank you, Vega.
First we have to unfortunately destroy Vega. RIP. And this is Argent Noor. Last mission of the game. It's also an outdoor mission again.
Perfect to finish with one.
And if you've paid close attention to the last 2 outdoor missions, you also might kind of know how this is gonna go. Getting up here, jumping up here. Oh, come on. I'm gonna do that again. No worries. It's kind of funny that you can actually jump up there. Other game developers put like invisible walls everywhere. Come on.
Such a better way of doing it than the old one.
Yeah, I agree. It's like fun routing and finding stuff in with such. Come on.
It's just gonna climb this mountainside, like
Mountain.
yeah, mountain
Scaling
goats.
simulator.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was not supposed to hit that button. So here, lining myself up. Now we're walking on some invisible wall.
So it makes this look easy, but it's actually quite hard to land all these ghost boosts.
for the final Gauss boost of the run. And normally this level is also really big. But there's something we can do. We can fall in this gap here. Hopefully this is gonna work out just fine. Gonna play it safely. Alright, now I'm aligning myself because this is really finicky. And I'm gonna land on here, fall down here, and we just fall into the boss arena of the spider mastermind.
Yeah.
And that's the final boss of the game. It's so funny that this is actually a thing that you can just fall in the arena down there. It's like really far below. But yeah, it skips so much. Stun this dude. Now firing another BSP shot to drain health as before. Alright, let's reload that. I mean, it's kind of a recurring theme of this run.
Recurring, it's become a classic now.
Surely need some drinks tonight. Down, alright. So also it's FPS dependent how fast the health drains. We have 200 FPS, so that's pretty much the maximum you can get here. But if you don't have a such good computer and wouldn't use the resolution scaling tool, then yeah, it would take quite a bit longer. I'm shooting him here to prevent, like, or supposedly prevent a certain phase, but I think I might have messed that up. Let's get me some ammo and yeah, we can now finish off Spider Mastermind. That should be it. Hopefully I didn't soft lock because that's the one thing that could still happen, but I think I got it. And now time's coming up once I glory kill here. That's time. Alright, so yeah, blowing off the head of the Spider Mastermind finishes Doom 2016. I don't want to waste much more time. I think we should be back on schedule now. But yeah, thanks for watching this. I'll not call it a speedrun, I'll call it a showcase of how broken this game is, as I said before. If you want to learn this run, hop on our Discord. We've got some great tutorials. We are always friendly. It's somewhat hard to get into it at first, but if you just keep at it, you can learn this, and then it's like a really fun run. So yeah, thanks for having me, and see you on Friday with Dishonored, slightly more easy speed game. Bye bye.
Sick.